Nikki 8 using a stand-in for this evening's performance as Tommy Mars is helping out a little upstart promotion based out of New York who also happens to run on Monday nights. Tony Flamethrower stepping in tonight as an inaugural member of the Superstars.
The hired gun filling in for Tommy Mars.
Another very interesting tag team combination here. Jimmy Wild has been a part of the Monday Nightmares roster ever since day one. Andre Guest, another one of those recent graduates from the Nightmare Factory, and has got quite the outstanding competitor to team with here tonight in Jimmy Wild. And let's see if any of that experience can rub off on Andre Guest.
Well, luckily for Andre Guest, here in his second ever match, he has Jimmy Wild by his side to face off against Nikki 8 and Tony Flamethrower. As we wait to see who's going to kick things off for the Superstars. We all knew he was going to choose Rock, right?
Yeah, I don't think Flamethrower got the memo.
That's 2 out of 3. Looks like Tony Flamethrower are going to get us started.
Flamethrower and Jimmy Wild to start the match. Ref Slim calls for the bell, and this one is official.
Tag team action, Monday Nightmares.
Jimmy Wild immediately having Tony Flamethrower getting under his skin here in the early feeling out process of this matchup. Collar and elbow tie up center of the ring, side headlock for Wild, takes over Flamethrower.
Flamethrower already has enough pressure on his shoulders as it is, standing in for the legendary Tommy Mars here of the Superstars. It's not easy being a hired gun, you know.
That's what they tell me. Big shoulder tackle from Jimmy Wild. Now Wild hopping over, leapfrog there from Flamethrower, and Flamethrower wants a hip toss, but it gets reversed by Jimmy Wild.
Impressive athleticism there from Flamethrower, but brought down by Jimmy Wild. Speaking of athleticism,
that drop kick of Jimmy Wild can hit you from anywhere. Hooks a leg for the cover. Could we get the... Oh, I was going to say, could we get the pinfall victory early? But you see, reaching out for the ropes only after kicking out. Flamethrower, it is important to note, still early on in his own professional wrestling career. Not quite second match early on like Andre Guest there on the outside, but still quite a long way to go as Nikki 8 now tags in for his team.
And comes the veteran of these four, Nikki 8, and traveling all across the country. Well regarded as a tag team superstar, no pun intended.
Well, and I've got to just bring up really quick there, it's kind of wild that Jimmy Wild being tossed into the corner there. Nikki 8 can be considered a veteran so early on in his career, but that is just the story of this matchup here tonight at Monday Nightmare. So many young Nightmare Factory talents looking to make a name for themselves on this big stage. As you can see, this packed house that we have here this evening at Southern Brewing Company in beautiful Athens, Georgia, as Andre Guest tagged into the match for the first time.
I'm not sure if we can fit anyone else in the building. We got them standing all the way outside. Now Nikki 8 working over the arm. One of the standouts from the Nightmare Factory.
Off the ropes. And a drop kick from Andre. Looks like he's learning from Jimmy Wild already.
Andre's picking up some tricks here.
8 wisely out of the way right there.
8 outsmarting his opponent.
Nikki 8 having a little bit of fun at the expense of Andre. Handful of hair as he takes him over into his corner, the Superstars corner, tags in Tony Flamethrower. And Flamethrower just begins with that big boot to the midsection, follows it up with a right hand. And Flamethrower in the back.
Flamethrower looks like he's been learning here from the superstars, from both Nikki 8 and Tommy Mars. Beautiful suplex there.
Goes in for the cover, got both legs hooked. Andre Guest with nowhere to go. Flamethrower very wisely rolling over to the opposite side, keeping him from getting any closer to Jimmy Wild as he's now back in the Superstars corner, and Nikki 8 tagged back into the match.
A dangerous position to be for Andre Guest in his second ever match, as it seems like the Superstars have found their target. Isolating Guest, and now behind the referee's back, Flamethrower using some of those tricks picked up from Tommy. Now Nikki 8. What does Nikki have in mind here, Rob?
A little bit of that innovative, patented Superstars offense, adding insult to injury. And speaking of insult, taunting Andre as he slowly tries to make his way back to Jimmy Wild.
Nikki now working over the crossface. A long way to go if you're Guest.
You can see Guest is just absolutely gassed already in this match, suffering such an onslaught from Nikki 8 and Tony Flamethrower. The team not giving Guest any opportunities to capitalize in this match as Guest tries to reverse this vertical suplex.
Isolation certainly has been the story of this match thus far from the Superstars. Now Guest gets him up. It's an opportunity now to make his way over to his tag team partner, Jimmy Wild.
Can he get there? He's still got Nikki 8 in the way. Now Nikki 8 slowly tries to make his way to his corner. You can see Flamethrower on the outside reaching in. He wants the tag as Guest tries to get to Wild. Flamethrower's tagged back in, and Wild is also tagged back in. And here comes the Wild Man now. Clotheslines for Tony Flamethrower.
The pace beginning to quicken as Wild now in the corner, set up and over.
Wild with an enziguri from the outside. The Wild Man perches up top, and there's another one of those patented drop kicks.
From the heavens, just about took out the lights. And Guest tags himself back in.
Guest is on shaky legs now, as it seems. I cannot understand why he thought that was a good idea, and Wild definitely not agreeing with it either. And we're starting to see some of that aggression that we've become used to here on Monday Nightmares as Flamethrower in for the cover. And he's got it.
And your winner, by pinfall, Tony Flamethrower and Nikki 8.
That inexperience coming back to bite Guest in the worst way possible as Nikki 8 and Flamethrower pick up the victory.